Ramblin Cast. Chucks howdy! Welcome to episode 4 of Ramblin Cast.
Yay!
I think it's the 4th episode.
Oh wait, it's the episode number. No, it's episode number 4.
Yeah, it's the 4th one.
We're still learning.
I'm learning. Our new schedule is uploading on Fridays now. So no more Sunday uploads. They'll be Friday. So, okay, I got an idea for a movie. Have you ever seen Beetlejuice?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, me too. Well, I had this idea. It's called Breedlejuice. It's that same idea where if you say Breedlejuice's name 3 times, he comes up and he breeds with you, like right up your ass.
This seems like an idea you would make.
Yeah, it's called Breedlejuice.
Is it a porno or is it a normal movie?
It's like both. It's artsy porno fantasy, directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton as Breedlejuice.
Huh.
And then 40 years later, we'll make a sequel called Breedlejuice 2.
Might work.
But Ricky, how has your week been?
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I got a couple stories that happened to me this week, I guess. I don't know. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I don't know if you have anything.
I was pretty much in the service truck doing roll calls all this week. But for the exact 15 minutes that I was not on shift and not on a roll call, I won a raffle for 2 ratchets off the tool truck.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a great week.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, I won a raffle where I won a tablet at work, but it's like the fucking shittiest tablet in the goddamn world. It's an Amazon tablet, and I guess Amazon has like their own operating system that's different from Android and Apple, and it has nothing because it's an Amazon. I don't know. It's weird.
So basically, my ratchet has more features than your tablet does.
Probably. I can't even get fucking YouTube to work on that goddamn tablet.
My ratchets can reach all the way around.
They give you a reach around? I would buy.
I mean, it probably has that feature. I just haven't paid for it yet.
Yeah, I think you have to slip the tool guy like $20. Tim the Tool Man, as they call him.
Unironically, the tool guy's name is Tim.
Well, every tool guy's name is Tim. I know it's fucking Tim who used to work on our washer and dryers. Anyway, I got a couple stories from this week. Some more interesting than others. Mm-hmm. One of them I'm debating on if I should bring up because it's a little out there. But maybe we'll save that one last. But this week, for some reason, where I've been working, they've been giving us some time off. So, believe it or not, this is the end of my 5-day weekend.
And no one told me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you worked every day, so.
Yeah, I'm a busy person at work.
Yeah. But I've been enjoying my time off. I didn't get shit done. And, yeah, pretty much. Facebook got mad at me. There was a post some guy posted. It said something like, "What would you tell your 15-year-old self?" And I said, "You should burn down your school before you can be tried as an adult." I guess Facebook didn't like that, and they took that comment down and restricted my profile for like a day.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
You know, I have a Facebook post from like almost 10 years ago. Every 2 or 3 years, it will get like blocked, and then it gets like restricted and deleted. Then I'll have to tell Facebook that it's not against their rules, and then they'll check it, and then they're like, "Yep, it's not against our rules," and it'll go back up. But it's the stupid picture of ISIS beheading Santa Claus. Like I said, every couple years they'll take it down, and then they'll bring it back. Like, I guess it's not against our rules.
God damn.
Yeah. I'll talk about timestamps because I kept saying how we need 1,000 subscribers for timestamps, but the timestamp feature seems fucked because it worked for a few days, And the other day I checked, and it's not working again.
Hmm.
So, the videos have timestamps in the description if you want to check them out. Ricky's putting on the seatbelt. Gotta give him a minute here. He's a little intoxicated.
I wish. I had to deal with an intoxicated person. I am not intoxicated myself, but I wish I was.
Yeah. He was a tard guard.
To say the least.
But, yeah, timestamps, they may or may not work. They seem to work more on mobile than they do on PC, but there's one point where I had them working. Alright. I went to the movie theater to see Godzilla -1 last week.
Hmm?
And there's a trailer I saw. I forgot to bring it up, last week. And I saw the Ghostbusters Cold whatever trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna suck. It looks cool, but it's gonna suck.
How do you know it's gonna suck?
I just have a feeling.
Hmm.
I didn't care much for the last one.
It was something to watch at the time.
It was something to watch. That's how I describe our podcast. Yeah, it's just something to listen to when you have no life.
I have no life. My life is work.
He doesn't even listen to it.
How do you know I haven't listened to our podcast?
I don't know. Have you?
Yes, actually.
Oh. Any interesting stories of listening to the podcast?
Location.
Oh, were you at work or something? People thought you were egotistical listening to yourself on your radio?
No, I think one of us said something very, very horrible, and my boss heard it, and he went like, that's kind of fucking funny. Stop listening to that. I don't know who those people are. I'm like, listen to my voice, and then listen to the podcast.
Do you know which horrible thing we said, so we can repeat it?
No.
Was it about baby Jesus? Because that was last episode.
I think it's the 9/11 rant.
That's it. Okay.
Damn.
Well, TF2, I tried to play it the other day, but it's very difficult. It seems like the bot crisis has come back, and every server you try to go on has bots on it, which sucks.
You know, I have that on my computer. We should play one day.
We should try to play. It'd be very difficult because every game is full of bots. And I doubt Valve will ever fix the problem. They've only seemed to have been making it worse, in my opinion. But I don't know. I don't know if I should go into the TF2 rant because I have a rant for when we get into news. But I don't know. I'm debating on if I should say this last thing. That's how my week has been.
Just say it.
Okay. Jeez, how do I say something like this? So, I got a few apps on my phone.
Okay.
Where I talk to other people.
Fucking Grinder.
It's not Grinder.
Tinder?
Yes. It is Tinder.
Why?
A man gets lonely. This is where she gets weird, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
So on my settings, I have both male and female to talk to.
Fucking why?
Oh, come on, Ricky. But I got a message from a guy. I do have it saved. I'm not going to save the message. But it was like a full-on like schizophrenic rant.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to explain. But it's like they brought up subjects. And then like halfway through it, they'll talk about a different subject. And they're all like sex related.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent a message. He sent me 10 of these. It was just like, you okay? Because he was doing it throughout the day. I didn't notice because I didn't check that app. I don't check that app very often. And I just said, are you okay? And then he said something about how he has a he has a thing for shoving random objects up his ass. And then he sent me multiple pictures of random objects he shoved up his ass, including pill bottles, a plunger handle, and a toothbrush.
Okay.
And then I talked to him, make sure he wasn't crazy. I found out he was crazy, and he is blocked. But that's the story of my shoving random objects up the ass story of the week. Objects I shoved up my ass. Christmas edition. I don't know what that guy was crazy. I think he really was.
Hey.
But now my Tinder is for females only.
I mean, you could have done that in the first place and avoided all of this, but you know...
Hey. I met some crazy people on this app. I keep want to say website because I'm an old man. I'm not used to saying apps. Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch... He touched my leg. What's wrong with you, homo?
My hand is frozen. I can't pick where it goes.
Oh. Yeah, didn't you get frostbite?
I got frostbite in one finger, and I think out riding today, I think I got frostbite in both hands.
Cool.
Because they like spaz out. Like when they're like that, it takes me a second to get out of that.
Wonderful. Well, that's all my stories for this week. You know, TF2, Facebook, shoving things up your ass.
Grinder.
Tinder.
Grinder.
Maybe. Anyway, it's time for wrap up. We didn't ask you questions last time, so...
We didn't?
No. Is there any childhood movie that you want to shout out real quick? I mean, I still got like a list of 20, but I'm not going to read that off.
I can't... You kind of put me on the spot here.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
There's a go-kart movie.
A go-kart movie?
From when I was a kid. It was really good, and I don't remember the name, and I'll never remember the name, and I'll never see it again.
Do you know what it was about? Or just go-karts?
It is about go-kart racing.
Is it live action, or...?
Yes.
Okay. If someone out there, figure it out.
It was a go-kart movie, and Dad used to race go-karts, and he had a go-kart track in the garage that happened to just reappear one day. And the kid learned how to drive go-karts in the shop. I know that's a shitty fucking, description, but yeah, that's what it is.
Alrighty then.
And he ended up being go-kart champion.
Wow. That's good. That's a good childhood movie. You know, mine was about a monkey pissing on a kid, but you know. Well, let's just get straight into the news. After that weird ass intro.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin wants Alaska back.
I mean, what do we use Alaska for?
I don't know. But it seems like the Russia and Putin want to get more into America's territory and wants Alaska back.
Well, they can have California.
Yeah, that's a fair trade. And maybe Alaska. We don't need it.
I mean, we use Alaska for some things, but there's not much up there to do.
I never liked it because it always made me want to take over Canada so we can actually connect Alaska to the rest of our country.
I mean, all we'd have to get is BC, British Columbia.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but okay. I don't know anything about Canadian geography.
There's British Columbia, then it goes Alberta, and that's all I know.
Oh. You know, I want to go to Winnipeg this year. Around October or December or November, whenever it is.
For what?
I don't know. It's a 50th anniversary. Apparently, people in Winnipeg have an obsession with this weird movie that I saw when I was a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by a little bit younger, I mean like 1 year ago exactly.
Mm.
But, yeah, the people in that place have a fascination. It's the 50th anniversary, and I guess they're having a whole party.
I want to go to Alberta, so that might work.
Alberta? Nothing good comes from Alberta.
Oil? Gasoline?
Oh, I was thinking of somewhere else. Never mind. I was thinking of...
Richie Brothers Auction?
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Look it up. You'll see why I love it.
Anyway, is that all you want to talk about with Alaska?
Oh
yeah, the Simpsons went there. Remember the time the Simpsons went to Alaska?
I mean, the Alaskan pipeline. I mean,
My mom has an obsession with the Alaskan Bush People TV show.
They are not real.
I know. They're fictional characters created by MTV to star in the Beavis and Butthead movies.
You know, that's in my rant to people on acid. Or,
people...
Fire real. Wait, fire hot cars are real. The Alaskan Bush People are not.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say about Alaska. Fortnite adds the Family Guy chicken since they added Peter Griffin.
God damn it.
And he dummy thick too.
Why don't they... When was that game gonna die?
Never. Especially with their updates, apparently. I don't know anything about Fortnite, really, so that's the end of that. I never played it. But Ricky here, he has it downloaded on his PS4.
I played it with my sister a couple times. God damn, leave me alone.
Are you playing Twister with your sister?
Fuck off.
So this is... I don't know what this means. But, Minecraft, the console edition, is apparently getting DLC where you can have Godzilla kaiju in your game.
I like kanjus.
Kenju?
Cock
Juice?
No,
Kaijus.
Kaijus.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Godzilla's coming to Minecraft. A bunch of Godzilla monsters too. They had Godzilla, Destroya, King Ghidorah. That's all I remember seeing off the top of my head. But like 4 different Godzillas. The Dark Universe tries to exist again. So like 5 years ago, Universal was trying to start the whole Universal Monsters universe. They made one movie and it flopped. And that movie flopped while they were making the Invisible Man reboot thing. And so, long story short, the Invisible Man reboot became something else. But this week, they determined that they're going to try it again. Oh, it was The Mummy with Tom Cruise. That was the movie that failed. So I guess we're going to have to tolerate Universal trying to make more monster movies again.
The originals were good enough.
I know.
The originals were great.
I will say the Frankenstein design that they've shown looks pretty neat and interesting. But it's more of a concept than the actual monster, I think. I said monster weird. You
have for 24 years.
It just rolls off the tongue weird, I'm sorry. I guess we're getting to my rant. We're going to take a while to get to the topic here today, folks. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But I was wrong. I got something wrong. On the first episode, I said the Suicide Squad game would come out in March. But I guess I was wrong. It came out February 3rd, officially. And so it is out. Holy shit. They fucked up. They fucked up bad, Ricky.
How bad did they fuck up?
Graphic-wise, the game is okay. A lot of people have pointed out that Arkham Knight, which is on the PS4, looks a billion times better than Suicide Squad, which is on the PS5.
Oh, Jesus.
So graphically, the game's alright. I don't know. It's not visually appealing to me, but whatever. Gameplay-wise, it looks like ass. It looks like you just gotta do the same bullshit over and over again. Story-wise, it also looks like shit. So in the Arkhamverse, the Justice League does not exist.
Okay.
It's only Batman. And so in this game, they finally introduced the Justice League.
Okay.
And we kill them. So the first and only appearance of the Justice League in the Arkham series, and we do kill them all.
Cool.
So yeah, kind of a way to kill your fucking universe, pretty much. But a lot of people are just angry. You kill Superman by shooting him. You kill Batman by shooting him. You kill Green Lantern by shooting him, and you kill the Flash by shooting him. And you don't even kill Wonder Woman. Some other fucker does it. It's kind of terrible. Oh, and the game... I'm just... by the way, we're in spoilers. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck no more.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending to the game, no one even likes the ending to the game. So, the big bad guy of the game is called Brainiac. He's like a... mind controls the heroes. He takes over the world. He does the thing you do. Yeah. But, apparently in this game, there are 13 Brainiacs. And the game ends with you killing the first one. So there's still 12 more out there. And they're all probably going to be DLC.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You gotta love how they do that shit.
Yeah. So, yeah. So at the end of the game, they also open the fact that there's going to be alternate universes. After you kill Brainiac, there's going to be an alternate universe that opens up. And that's where Joker's coming from, and that's where we're going to have all our playable fucking characters. That's where we're going to fight the other Brainiacs. At some point, we'll probably talk about the DLC characters, and I'll try to make predictions. Right now, all I got is I think the next one's probably going to be Captain Cold. I think. That's just a theory. Because there are 3 images. One of them is with the ice, which is going to be Captain Cold. One of them is surrounded by bats, which could be Batman, but I don't think it's Batman. And I don't remember what the 4th one was, so... yeah. Killer Moth. Give us Killer Moth. So, they killed off all their characters. The game looks like shit. The game doesn't even look fun to play. And... they completely changed Harley's character to be more annoying, somehow.
I don't see how that can get more annoying.
Because Arkham vs. Harley, I actually kind of liked her because she actually felt like Harley. But now they're trying to make it where she's like an independent character. I always like the idea of her just quitting the whole supervillain thing after Joker dies, but fuck it, who cares? In the Suicide Squad game, she's portrayed as smart, despite the fact she's like a high-functioning retard every time you meet her in the Arkham series. So I don't understand it. I don't like it. I ain't buying it. Fuck you.
Fuck you, it's January.
Fuck you, it's January. No, it's fuck you, it's February. Oh, and the biggest, last piece of bullshit that I'm going to say about the game is that it had the most shady practice I have ever heard in my entire goddamn life. So the game officially came out on February 3rd, but you can get early access to the game around January 28th, 29th. And so for this early access, you had to pay extra $30 just to play it for like 5 days early.
Jesus.
And here comes the funny part. The first 2 days that they had that deal, you couldn't even play the game because it was glitched. So you wasted an extra $30 on a game you couldn't play, despite the fact that, let me phrase that. You spent $30 to play a game early, and you couldn't even play it fucking early. Yeah. A horrible launch, horrible mess. I'm sure Rocksteady will survive, but I think, I don't know. The only thing they could do with the Arkham series is make, like, an in-between of Arkham Knight and Suicide Squad. But who knows? Who knows? Or maybe they'll just revive the Justice League again, because who cares? You know, you kill off a character in a comic book, they'll come back to life 3 issues later. Oh, next on the news, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman who passed away. For the longest time, we all thought his final role was going to be in the Suicide Squad game. But, over the weekend, it's been announced that he will have 2 more roles as Batman. Well, one of them is Batman. The other one we don't know. One of them is for the Batman Caped Crusader show, which has been in development hell for like 6 years. So I don't know if that's even coming out. And the Justice League cartoon thing, I forgot the name of already. Flashpoint? Might be Flashpoint. I don't think it's Flashpoint. Whatever. It's cool that Kevin Conroy hopefully gets a better final role than fucking Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
Or you shoot him in the face and Batman dies. Nintendo's next console may come out, or may be revealed soon. It's getting weird, but the Switch, I want to say it came out 2017, so it's about 7 years old, which is weird to think about, but the Switch is 7 years old. But Nintendo's kind of weird with releasing consoles, because they'll release a new console in between, like when the PlayStation console and the Xbox console are doing it. Because, the PS5 and the Xbox whatever came out at the same time. And the Switch came out like 3-4 years before. And now it's been 3 or 4 years. Well, actually it's been like 2 or 3 years. So, I guess time for the next Nintendo console. I'm not sure. A lot of people are calling it the Switch 2. I hope it's not like the Switch, because Switch is okay. Switch is okay, but I think they could have something better.
I believe they should have the handheld console and the TV console. I don't believe they should be the same goddamn console. Kind of ruins the point.
Yeah. Despicable Me 4 is coming out, and Gru had sex because he has a baby.
Finally, my boy.
My boy.
My boy finally got some.
I always wondered, and maybe I'm going to be wrong for this, what is Gru packing down there? Like, how could he get a woman pregnant? Because I'm thinking, a woman, which is that Lois Griffin character I was speaking of whenever ago, last episode. I mean, have you seen the guy's fucking nose? Like, just use that instead of the dick, honestly.
I mean, unless his schlong's slightly bigger than his nose.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I bet Gru's into some freaky shit, too. Do you think he gets the minions involved? Banana!
I hope not. But honestly, with a nose like that, he better goddamn be hung like a goddamn elephant.
Yeah, he better be hung like an elephant, like our favorite movie. Death Stranding 2 got a reveal trailer. The next video game by Hideo Kojima. I think that's how you say his name. I find it interesting because I've yet to meet a single person that played the first one. Anyway, Megamind 2 got a trailer. Whoo, boy. Freaky.
Is it bad?
It's bad. So Megamind 2, which is going to have a TV series following it, is a basically straight-to-TV movie with really poor animation quality. Basically, it's not anything like the original. Yeah. They don't even have the original voice actors back. They got some new people who don't sound anything like the original.
Well, that sucks.
So, shitty animation, no returning voice actors. Yeah, very fun. I don't know why they couldn't just make an actual real sequel to Megamind 2. But they made the straight-to-TV movie that's also going to be a TV series. Yeah. So Tim Burton, who's made the worst movies I've ever seen for the last, 5-10 years, is making another movie. This would be his first movie without Disney's involvement, which is interesting. So, I was talking about how Tim Burton has made some ugly pieces of fucking dog shit, and he hasn't made a good movie in actually 20 years, probably. A lot of that he was under the Disney contract for. So this could be a new renaissance for him, or he can continue to make the same stupid fucking bullshit he's been making for the last couple years. But I will say, what he's making is what's interesting to me, because it's something that's kind of Tim Burton-y, I think. Because Tim Burton, back in the day, he used to make, Mars Attacks and shit that was, B-movies. So he's making a remake of a B-movie from the 50s. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman is the movie he's making.
God damn.
And I really hope it's really interesting. I really hope it's not some Alice in Wonderland looking bullshit.
With a 50-foot woman, you can feel what your dick feels. You could be your own dick.
What? The fuck are you talking about?
Okay, 50 feet.
That?
Divide that by a normal sized
You're
person.
You're talking about... Okay, go.
A 6-foot man would be a 6-foot dick.
Yeah, okay.
A 6-foot man would be a 6-inch dick. You could be your dick.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome.
Well, I was gonna bring up that the 50-foot woman is the inspiration for the tall girl from Monsters vs. Aliens, but yeah, you just want to insert your entire body into a vagina, apparently.
You could be a dick.
You could be a dick. Castrated men, don't worry, you can be the dick. There's something I was gonna say. Oh, so hopefully, Tim Burton doesn't hire Johnny Depp to play the 50-foot woman, but we'll see. Maybe he'll get Amber Heard.
Amber Turd?
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
So Larry David attacked Elmo. Did you see that?
No.
I guess on some news program, Elmo was guest starring, and Larry David, a comedian, I guess, that I sort of know, decided to just start attacking the Elmo puppet. And that's basically about it. And then he went on to a talk show to talk about it, and he said that he was tired of Elmo's complaining and whining, and said that he was going crazy. He had to do it. I would be interesting to see a lawsuit between Elmo and Larry David.
You can suck my dick, Mr. David.
Elmo held back. I really think Elmo held back. I think Elmo could have whooped some ass.
Elmo... Today's episode is sponsored by the leather lock for Pew Pew.
Stop touching me, Elmo. I don't know. And we got the last thing on our news.
Blast on me, Elmo. This sounds wrong.
Okay. It was Groundhog Day. Again.
Who gives a fuck? It's always wrong.
Yep.
It's always cold. I
had a theory that whoever came up with Groundhog Day actually came up with a genius idea, but he fucked it up and got it in reverse. Because you ever notice, it's like, he gets it right 20% of the time. Well, why don't you make it 80% if you just do it the other way, you fucking idiot.
He was some depraved bastard.
But my favorite Groundhog story is when it was either the mayor of New York or the governor of New York. He dropped the groundhog and it died like 2 days later.
You know, in the movie Groundhog Day...
Speaking of that, I watched that movie for the first time yesterday. Or Groundhog Day. Mm-hmm. It was okay.
You know, Bill Murray got bit like 3 times by that groundhog.
Good.
And he had to get the rabies shots.
Good. Yeah, that movie, it felt like hell. It really did.
I never have seen it, and I don't plan on it.
It's funny. It's by Harold Ramis, who was Egon, and stars Bill Murray. And
I didn't know he was a director.
He is a director. He's actually... Ghostbusters is one of the few times he's acted. He's more of a director than an actor. And I will say that a lot of the movies I watch of his are not great. Yeah. Groundhog Day was okay, and the other one I remember is called Multiplicity with Michael Keaton, where Michael Keaton makes clones of himself, but each time the clone gets more retarded. It sounds funny, but it's really not that funny. But there's a gay Michael Keaton clone. Yeah, the story gets weird.
Yeah, when you go back in history, you realize how many great comedians could have been in Ghostbusters, but weren't.
Yeah, thank God.
John Candy.
Bill Cosby.
John Candy could have been fucking, what's his name? The first ghost, the green ghost.
Slimer?
Yeah.
Well, was he dead at the time?
No, Slimer should have had a voice because they could have got him a great voice.
John Candy?
John Candy. Basically anybody.
Bill Cosby should have played the Black Ghostbuster. That would have aged the movie very well. Zippity zoppity, here's my glockety.
I would have loved seeing Farley in one of the movies.
You know, I'm gonna say something.
What?
Chris Farley, sort of overrated.
I can see what you're saying, but I do not agree.
Okay. As Family Guy said, let's all act surprised when the least surprising Hollywood death happens. Oh yeah, the fat guy who does a lot of drugs died of a heart attack and overdosed. Huh. I didn't see that one coming.
It's like he said John Belushi was his hero. Unfortunately, he went a little too far.
It's like when Stevie Wonder started his driving lessons, you know. I didn't see that coming.
Stevie Wonder Institute of Trucking.
Oh, yeah. Stevie Wonder Institute for Trucking. Swift.
And now we're getting sued.
Hopefully. I would love to get sued by Swift. I think they're funny.
You'd have that, like, plastered on your wall.
Oh, what was it? Who was the guy? Oh, yeah, it was fucking Mad. I was watching... Robotaxi did a video on Mad earlier, and the guy who made Mad was really disappointed that he never got threatened for a lawsuit or a cease and desist. And he said, right in the Mad office, I had a plaque with nothing in it, just waiting for me to put my first cease and desist letter into it. He never got it. That show was crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But that's all that happened in the news. So our topic today is King of the Hill.
Yay.
I never even seen the show.
You lying son of a bitch.
So it's about Peter Griffin, who works at a nuclear power plant in the town of Odenburg.
I don't get I get the first two references, I don't get the last one.
Okay. No, King of the Hill is a show I grew up with. I assume you grew up with it.
Yep. I didn't really get into it until you brought it up, but I remember seeing it as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know how I got so crazy into it, honestly.
I mean, it's a good show.
It's a good show.
It's like it was always the buffer show on Adult Swim. I think that's why we like it so much.
Yeah. I don't know. I got kind of weird history with it because I remember seeing it a couple times as a kid, and I didn't really care about it until I was probably around 11 or 12-ish. Mm-hmm. And at that point, it would have been right around the end of the series. Mm-hmm. And I actually do remember watching the last episode on Adult Swim when it aired.
Really?
That was a weird experience. It was...
I hazily remember you coming over and I see the commercials for the last season playing of King of the Hill.
I don't remember that, but maybe.
Yeah, I think we were watching The Simpsons.
Okay. But it was very strange. It was very sad because I'll be honest with you. At that point, I don't know if I was actually watching that episode or kind of just doing something and going in and out of the episode. Mm-hmm. But I remember seeing the last scene. The episode that I remember was Raise the Stakes, where Bobby studies steak. Mm-hmm. And the end of that episode has like the finale shot. And I actually remember seeing it on TV. And I have a weird memory of it being slightly different than how it went. But mm-hmm. The way the episode ends, it's the Bobby, he says, "But this is the last one." He's referencing the steaks on the grill, mm-hmm. or the burgers on the grill. I don't remember. And Hank says, "Oh, Bobby, you're only just beginning," or something. But I actually remember it as a kid being like a weird fourth wall break, mm-hmm. where instead of Bobby saying, "Hey, this is the last one," I actually thought he said, "Hey, this is the last episode." I don't know why I thought that as a kid, but just one of those weird memories that you just kind of look back on and you completely remember it differently.
Yeah. I have quite a few shows like that.
Yeah. But do you want to talk about how we both got into King of the Hill? How I got into it. The first time I ever saw King of the Hill, that's what I'm saying. Do you remember yours or no?
I remember a few episodes, and I remember you, like, obsessing, or, well, not obsessing, but talking about it.
You can say obsessing. I think that's a fair thing to say.
But then I saw 2 episodes in a row, and they were just, like, right up my alley, and I absolutely loved them. Even though they're both kind of generic by today's standards.
Do you recall what episodes?
It's the Christmas truck episode and the ZZ Top episode.
Oh, both those episodes are pretty good. Well, the first time I really remember it, like I said, I think I just saw it on TV a couple times, while just like channel surfing. But I remember my dad, for like a week, he got really into it and he wanted me to watch it with him. So I did a couple times, and yeah, that's basically how it started. I don't remember what episode. All I know is that the first episode I saw with my dad was a John Redcorn episode. Yeah, and Ricky's doing like a weird cross thing because my dad's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I really remember. And I guess my King of the Hill obsession started around then. I don't know if it was my dad's fault or just kind of a coincidence or what happened. But I just got into it.
I mean, it's a good show. It's great.
And plus, I know I watched it on Adult Swim because I watched a lot of Cartoon Network. I watched a lot of Adult Swim. And so I watched a lot of the times when Cartoon Network shifted into Adult Swim. Plus, we also live in the Midwest where Cartoon Network, where Adult Swim starts at like 7 p.m. for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I mean,
all you fucking lucky people where it's like, oh, Adult Swim is starting at 9 o'clock. No, we get at 7. What the fuck is that shit?
Again, King of Hill is always that, like, really good buffer because kids and adults could watch it together. Yeah. And then kids goes to bed and the adults go on to Adult Swim.
Adults go to bed and kids go to adults.
Yeah, that's more of what happened, but, you know, that's how it was supposed to be.
Man, those Adult Swim days are crazy. Oh, man. I will say Adult Swim doesn't do as much crazy stuff no more.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, there was some spooky shit that happened on there. They would literally just put like shit in there to fuck with people who are high and kids who are up late. It was real masterful.
Yeah, it was a masterpiece of its time.
I don't know if Adult Swim really does that as much now. They kind of seem more into this sort of weird, indie cult movement instead of this funny fuck with stoner cult movement. Mm-hmm. But I'll say that Adult Swim, growing up with that, I was lucky. And growing up with King of the Hill was lucky. And I remember when they announced King of the Hill would no longer be on Adult Swim. That was a real sad 2 years before they got it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was interesting was when they got it back, I think there was rumors that they were offered the Cleveland show because they lost both the rights to the show at the same time. Mm-hmm. And they declined to have the Cleveland show back, but they accepted to have King of the Hill back. I also heard the same thing about Family Guy. They don't have Family Guy no more on Adult Swim. And I heard a rumor that someone tried to get Family Guy back, but Adult Swim is not interested. So, yeah. So King of the Hill, Futurama, and Bob's Burgers, and American Dad are the only Fox shows on there left. And American Dad's not a Fox show anymore.
Yeah, I mean, those are great buffer shows between the craziness that Adult Swim used to be and now.
Yeah.
And, Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Maybe not so much American Dad, but definitely Futurama, King of the Hill, and Bob's Burgers are pretty calm shows. Futurama can get out there sometimes, though.
Yeah.
But I guess if you want to talk about King of the Hill, we should talk about our favorite episodes.
I just honestly said them. And then there are a few other greats, but how can you pick the best episode of a great show? Like, other than a few episodes, the whole series is just absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Well, my two favorite episodes, and I wrote two because there were two really great episodes of the series that I kind of just put them together. One's from Season 2, the other's from Season 3. But the Season 2 episode is Texas City Twister. It's just an all-around classic.
Mm-hmm.
I love the characters, I love the jokes, I love the stupid animation that it has.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill. It's a great episode. I've seen a barrel of pickles in my day. But not his underwear. The other episode is Season 3's Firefighting We Will Go. Which
that was great.
I hate the name of that episode, but it's a great episode. It's kind of weird. It starts out with the guys in trouble. I guess I should have described Texas City Twister. We'll run back to that. But Firefighting We Will Go is about these. It starts out with them in trouble, and we get a flashback to them meeting one of the firefighters, and the firefighters said that the other firefighters are on strike for health insurance or something. Which it's great. So Hank, Bill, and Dale become assistant firefighters, or substitute firefighters, or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And they get into fights, and they bicker. You eventually learn that one guy died, one of the firefighters, who's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of open that he probably had, like, dementia or something, because he forgot where he was, like, every 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the president. Eventually the firehouse catches on fire. Then we see the story from the other characters' perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Where Dale thinks he's super buff. He thinks that Hank is like basically like a general. Yeah, it was a general, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We see Boomhauer's perspective, where everyone talks like Boomhauer except himself. I have been on the same dang page about Camaros for 5 minutes. And then Bill's the weirdest one. He thinks he's fatter and balder than he actually is, and his entire story is about him just cooking food and eating it. I don't even think any of the other characters appear in his story. I think it's literally just him cooking and eating. So apparently, from Bill's perspective, he's fatter and balder than he thinks he is, and all he does is eat. It's great. And then it's determined that Dale probably started the fire, but then they blame it all on the dead guy. Mm-hmm. I will say it's kind of a fuck you ending. Like, wow. And then Boomhauer, he snitches on everyone, but no one can understand him. He literally blames Hank and Dale on the fire, but the head fire marshal, couldn't understand where he fucking said. And, yeah. It's just a weird episode. I still don't understand why those 4 guys were like the casket carriers.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But hey, what are you gonna do? Now the Texas City Twister episode is a guy comes to the house trying to get bills from Luann, because apparently the trailer is still there in her name. If you don't know, Luann got kicked out of her trailer basically because her parents got arrested. Mm-hmm. And apparently the trailer's still there, but just tipped over. So Hank and the boys, they untip it over, causing a little bit of destruction on the way. Mm-hmm. Hank basically forces Luann out of his house. He tells Peggy to go to hell. And then we hear Nancy on the TV giving a news report about how there's going to be a Twister, a Texas City Twister, going to head for the trailer park. And she says something about, and we all know that trailer parks can be hell on a Twister. And then Bobby says, oh, that's funny, Dad. You told Mom to go to hell, and the lady on TV says that Trailer Park is hell. So they go. They find Bill, who they pissed off earlier in the episode, with his bat cave open. And he has like an authority complex. They get there. Everyone's already okay, so Hank didn't even need to show up. Oh, there's also the scene with the fuel filters. Why the hell do I need 20 damn fuel filters? Sir, I can't sell it to you if it's been opened. Anyway, the end of the episode, the Twister gets Hank and he loses all his clothes. And, the end, yeah.
It's a great episode. Forgot that one existed.
But, do you want to describe your favorite episodes real quick? Give my voice a rest.
Okay, so, basically, Hank drives a semi-truck and a bunch of bad shit happens and it's out of fuel on top of a mountain. And then the other one, ZZ Top is in, and they have their own reality show. Yeah. There are probably a few other ones I don't remember, but I've drank since then.
I've drank since then. Yeah, I probably should have wrote down some more, but I just wrote down my 2 favorite. Speaking of, that's one I wrote down. That didn't make any sense. I'm a little tired. I only got a couple hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. But I also asked the question, what is our least favorite episodes of King of the Hill? Ricky, do you have an answer? Don't steal my fucking answer, bastard.
We have the same damn answer.
Do we?
I mean, probably not, but,
well,
I don't know as much about King of the Hill. I don't like the one where he goes and, like, throws the football for, like, $1 million.
I can understand not liking that one.
And Bill can speak French, fucking apparently, but he never does throughout the rest of the series. It's like a one-off joke.
It's Cajun. Come on.
It's French. It's fucking French.
You know, there's a deal quote in that episode I love. But he says something like, Bill, I didn't know you were Cajun, and I don't care.
I don't know why I dislike that episode so much.
I think it's because the ending also implies that Bill has sex with not his cousin. Apparently Fox is real sketchy on the whole cousin fucking thing, which is interesting because I don't... You never mind. But, yeah, they're kind of sketchy on the cousin fucking thing.
Oh,
I also had Joe Bear.
I don't enjoy that episode. It's weird.
I know more sinners than saints.
I'd like Bill speaking in French. Bill is pretty bad. His life sucks really bad. I don't think his life sucks being French bad.
No one wants to be French.
Because French tanks only have 2 gears, reverse and reverse faster. You know, and Bill doesn't seem like that kind of person.
You know, I heard a rumor that if a dog is born in France and is French, he'll climb up the Eiffel Tower and purposely jump off of it to not be French anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, though. But let me talk about the community's least favorite episode, because it's been determined, I guess, that every single person who likes King of the Hill hates one episode. Mm-hmm. And funny enough, it's an episode that I kind of like. Mm-hmm. It's called Hank's Bully. Mm-hmm. And it has a little kid named Caleb in it. He calls Hank dusty old bones full of green dust. Dusty old bones full of green dust. Everybody hates that episode, but I kind of like that episode. I'm not going to defend it, I guess. I just kind of like it. I like Bobby in the episode. I don't know. I just like seeing Hank get tormented by a kid. I don't know. What can I say? Hank's a fun character to fuck with sometimes, you know? Yeah. Another episode... Oh, no, I hate that episode. Never mind. Well, there's the episode with the Canadians that everyone hates, and I also hate, where Boomhauer goes to Canada for some reason, and he grows a beard, and they get new neighbors for like a week, because I guess they're doing like a house swap, and it's some Canadians who are kind of fucking assholes for no fucking reason.
I mean, that explains Canada.
Canada.
Fuck. I don't give a fuck what they're called. Fuck Canadians.
Yeah, snow commies.
Snow commies.
Yeah, that episode's kind of terrible. It also implies that I guess Canadian beer is better than American at the end of the day. It's implied that Hank's been drinking all day and his blood alcohol level is still under the legal limit. And the Canadian just started drinking and his blood is somehow over the legal limit. I don't know how that works, but okay. Oh yeah, and Hank drunk Alamo and Canada man drunk
Canada beer.
Calamo. I don't know. What's a funny Canada location? Oh, Canada. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. But no, let's get into my actual least favorite episode of King of the Hill. Motherfucking Lupe's Revenge is the worst goddamn episode of the entire fucking series.
I can second that one.
Every time I have rewatched King of the Hill and I've watched the entire series, which I've done twice, I sometimes tend to skip over this episode because I fucking despise it so goddamn much. And it's hard to explain why I hate it. There's just like a certain, I don't know. Oh, Ricky's falling over. Oh my god. Is this why you put the seatbelt on?
Yes. Your slippery ass fucking chair.
Well, technically it was your chair at one point.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Best $50 I ever made.
I thought it was 30.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I bought this bus seat off of Ricky.
I've drank since then.
Yeah. Anyway, Lupe's Revenge. The episode, it's about Ricky farting. No, that's not what the episode's about. It's about, shit, how does it even start? Some fucking teacher or
fucking research. I'm glad we do it.
Oh, I can remember this episode. I just need a couple more shots. This fucking episode is about Peggy who substitute for some Mexican lady, and they take the kids to Mexico, and Hank gets sexually assaulted by a female officer. Funny enough, the female officer parts of the episode are actually the only parts I like, which, funny enough, a lot of people hate those parts, and I can kind of understand. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Hank gets molested by a female officer. Peggy comes back from Mexico into America with illegal immigrant, I guess we can call it, technically. Mm-hmm. Technically, it was against the kid's will. It's kidnapping. Legitimate kidnapping. Peggy throws the kid in the closet while trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Hank finds the kid. Hank's, Peggy, why do we have a Mexican child in our closet?
Ole.
Eventually, Peggy gets arrested for kidnapping, as she probably should. She goes to Mexico. She goes to the court. The court wants to put her on death row, which I really wish they would have.
Yeah.
Hank and the lawyer determined that the best way to save Peggy is to make her speak Spanish to show the court that she doesn't know Spanish. So, Peggy says something about how she works at a diaper factory and calls the judge caca or something. And she somehow doesn't go to jail, and she lives, and justice is not served. I legitimately fucking hate this episode.
Yeah. And
the big reason is because, first of all, I don't like the plot. I don't like Peggy. She can go fuck herself. That's actually, I think, the next question after this that I have scheduled. Peggy can go fuck herself, and she can go on death row for any small crime, I think. I mean, if she's going 31 and a 30, I say the cop, I think he's legally okay if the cop pulled out a gun and shot her right in the goddamn face. I don't know. The big thing is that, for some reason, like, Adult Swim would air this episode a lot for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Because no one else would.
No one else would. But it seemed like they would air it every time King of the Hill would go out of order. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, if there's like a two-parter, then they would try to air those two parts together, and that would leave an opening for next week, because it'd be like one episode that came before or after the two-parter. And then they'd be like, we'll just throw Lupe's Revenge. No one will notice. Because I swear to God, that episode would air more often than every other episode. It was like on every 2 or 3 weeks, it would air Lupe's Revenge once again. Because Adult Swim would air King of the Hill in order from like season 3 to season 13.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they skipped over the first 2 seasons, but whatever. But yeah, they would skip. They would. I swear to God, Lupe's Revenge played more often, and I fucking can't stand that goddamn episode.
Yeah.
There are literally times when I was a kid where I'd go on to Adult Swim and I'd see Lupe's Revenge and I'd turn off the TV and go to bed because I didn't want to watch that fucking episode again. But no, that's in my opinion the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more I gotta say. The episode made me hate Peggy more than most people. You know. Well, let me see what our next question is. All right, our next question I wrote down is Peggy a well-written character? No, maybe.
No, I mean, real well-written, probably. Dumb bitch on purpose, probably.
I think she's well-written as sort of a bitch. That's the problem.
There's a difference between a bitch and a dumb bitch. She is a dumb bitch.
Okay. She's a dumb bitch.
How can you write a character that stupid and it not be Bill?
I really do question. I don't know. It feels like they did what they did to her on purpose. You know.
I think she was written in as the heel. Like, if you know wrestling.
Heel. Yes.
It's the character that you're meant to hate.
I can see that. I would say the first season of King of the Hill, she wasn't that bad. By the time we get to the second, she's kind of getting there, and by season 3, that's where Peggy is at her bloom. And she only gets worse throughout the fucking series, I swear to God.
Yeah,
In my opinion, Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, is the busiest travel day. It's not your fucking opinion. Look around, you dumb bitch.
I mean, everybody knows that annoying dumbass mom, and I think that was what she was meant to be.
I just don't understand why everyone doesn't drive around with their brights. It makes things so much brighter and easier to see.
Well, yeah. Well, I can't say anything. I run LEDs. I run LEDs every time I drive around. It's like I got my brights on.
Yeah, but you don't. That's the thing.
Yeah, my brights would burn your fucking cornea.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I don't know. Peggy, I guess she's well written, but she's such a fucking bitch. She can barely keep a fucking job in the series. She has like 4 different jobs.
And she's dumb.
She's bad at all of them.
Dumb.
She's a Spanish teacher that can't speak Spanish.
There's so many episodes that would not exist if Peggy wasn't fucking stupid.
I will give Peggy some credit. There's a few episodes where she's okay. But there's so many, especially later in the series, that are just not okay.
I mean, the episode where she basically just, like, fucking uses Bill and, like...
Oh, yeah.
That episode is Peggy at her smartest.
That episode is Peggy at her smartest. I actually kind of like Peggy in that episode. That's one of the few I do like her in. Because she just yells at Bill, uses him. They become... I have a theory on that episode. I don't know if you'd agree. Do you think Peggy was going to cheat with Bill in that episode? It seemed like it.
I mean, it seems like it because she already did.
Sure, whatever.
I'm gonna say that now so they know where the episode is fucking going.
Yeah, there's a little reference to what's going to happen later. But I don't know how Peggy's problem is. I like the end of the episode where she starts calling Bill fat. She says something like, your toes wouldn't be bleeding if they didn't have to carry so much weight or something. But yeah, most of the time Peggy's a shitty character. She can go fuck herself and die.
Except for the episode where she's a shitty character. It's the episode we like her in.
I know. Well, Ricky, my next one is not really a question. It is favorite King of the Hill quotes. I have a few written down. I should have written down more, but...
Hey, click, 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 just like that.
Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man. I'm gonna call my congressman.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Are you Chinese or Japanese? You got any more, or should I just keep reading them?
Just keep going. I'll think of something.
I'm a little worried about being a slut.
Anything Bobby says is just pure comedy gold. You gotta admit that one.
I don't want to get all hopped up on dope. It should have been Bill. Pocket sand.
I got 2 55-gallon drums of Mountain Dew.
I stopped by the Wax Museum and gave the finger to FDR.
Yep.
You know what you know what forward stands for, don't you? Stands for fix it again, Tony. We said that so many times, and it legitimately pisses. No, we went to high school, and we literally say fix it again, Tony, so many times it would piss people off. Like, people are like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
I still say it to this goddamn day because our service truck is a Ford.
I love that one so much because I really did say it all the time, and people were like, "Are you really that dumb?"
I still fucking do.
You know what Ford stands for, don't you? Fix it again, Tony. An F in English? Bobby, you speak English. Get out of here, you furry bastard.
Can we say that one nowadays?
Yeah. A redneck boy getting busy with lawn clipping. No, those are for wipey. Does it look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a goddamn picture of a hot dog. But that's all I had written down for that.
Have you gotten fatter, fatty? And they took my goddamn Cadillac car.
My Cadillac car. I should have put more Cotton quotes in here. I only had a finger.
Cotton's got some great quotes.
Hank's wife.
I
didn't... Hank, what happened to your wife? I didn't teach you to do that.
I killed 50 men.
I beat them with a piece of fatty. Remember the episode where he tried to kill, who was? Castro, yeah. I always want to call him Castrato. I don't know why. Is that all for King of the Hill quote segment?
Yeah, I can't. It's been so long since I've watched. I probably should have watched King of the Hill this week.
I probably should have watched more of it. Okay, this one's not really for you. This one's more for me. I get to talk a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stand up for a second though and stretch.
Okay, fatty.
Fatty
In Brooklyn. Top six.
I'll be back.
Wow, professional fucking podcast.
I'll be back.
Hurry the fuck up. We'll be back after a message from our sponsor.
Tonight's King of the Hill episode is brought to you by Thatherton Fuels. When you want propane done right, come to Thatherton Fuels.
So I got to talk about my experience on the Bwaaa podcast. Because I was on it. Yeah. Twice, technically. Well, the first time was a few months ago. Sorry, I had to jump over a bus seat. I'm a little out of breath now. I'm fat. All
fucking
right.
Fatty.
Oh, yeah, I want to see you try it.
I won't make it. I'm crippled.
But it went pretty good. So I emailed them back and forth a couple times. They eventually sent me an email. We kind of got a date and time, which I don't remember when that was. And I sat down, I called, and I talked about the King of the Hill books that I own, which is a Playboy and like a scrapbook of Bobby Hill growing up over the years. Mm-hmm. And so I just talked about that for a bit. There's a funny page in that book about Bill trying to get an adoption. Yeah. But it went pretty good. Rusty and Mike seemed like cool dudes. The funny part I want to talk about is what happened after they were supposed to hang up. Uh-huh. So, we ended the podcast. The podcast sounded pretty terrible because apparently my phone quality is kind of garbage.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that at the time.
Yeah.
But after they thought they hung up, which they didn't, I kind of eavesdropped in and listened for a few minutes, and I could hear them, like, celebrating. Like, I think that was, like, the end of their workday, and they probably just finished recording the first episode of the podcast of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And they finished mine. I was probably the second. And so I just heard them cheering and celebrating. I thought it was really funny. I don't know. I don't have much more to say. But a few episodes ago, I called them in to ask them a question because they're starting a new series where they're talking about Adult Swim shows.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just like, hey, how is this going to interfere with the Bwaaa schedule? And they said no. And that was about it. But they seemed cool. I have some opinions about their podcast. I like it, but I have some not so nice things to say about it sometimes. I don't know if I should get into it or keep it vague.
Keep it vague. And then explain more to me after.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I kind of want to say it now.
Okay, do it. Send it. Basically,
their entire podcast, as much as I do like it, all they do is basically read the script of the episode. Sometimes, like, they'll read the script of the episode, like, word per word. So they'll just saying the quotes as they're being said in the episode. And, sometimes, or very rarely, they add more to it. Like, they'll be like, oh, this scene reminds me of the time I went to Walmart and there was a fat lady that fell over. You know, every once in a while I have one of those, but I don't know. It's like, if I was to do a podcast about an episode, I wouldn't try to make the entire podcast just me reading the script of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like their podcast, though. It just sometimes, it's like, I'm reading the audiobook version of a King of the Hill episode. Is the best way I could explain it.
Which is something I feel like you would do.
Oh, God, yes, I would. But that's all I got to say about that. Anything you want to say? I know you probably don't listen to them.
I haven't listened to your episode, but I want to.
It's not that interesting. And I talk about my dead dad in like the first 10 seconds. Well, Ricky, what is your favorite character of King of the Hill?
Cotton.
Cotton. I agree.
Cotton.
There's a lot of Cotton hate. A lot of people hate him. I can understand why, but also I kind of love him.
I don't know. I like the way Cotton is.
I wouldn't want him to be my dad.
He's a very funny character, and it's the fact that he loves Bobby
and GH
more than he loves Hank.
It's true. I like Cotton as a character, but yeah, I probably wouldn't want to be anywhere near him if he was a real person, honestly.
No, absolutely. If Cotton was a real person, I would talk to him.
We would talk to him, but we would try to avoid him, you know?
I would not. I would talk to that guy every day.
Okay. Is there any favorite Cotton scenarios or anything?
There's the whole Japanese episode.
Yeah. There's the, what was it?
Kidnapping Hank and dropping him off in the Alamo.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I had a certain one in my head, I just forgot. You want to talk about his death, or you want to keep talking about other episodes?
I don't quite remember his death.
His death was kind of weird. It was in season 11, and I think the reason they killed him off then, or maybe it was season 12, but I know it was around the time King of the Hill was originally supposed to end, which was season 11. And then they kind of just somehow got 12 and 13. But how he died was... He was supposed to babysit Bobby. Terrible fucking idea. They...
Boy, I'm gonna buy you a hooker.
Buy you a hooker, yes.
I still reference that almost every day.
House full of hookers. Anyway, Hank, Peggy, and whoever went out to some Japanese restaurant place where they do fancy stunts while cooking. I don't know. It seems like a show. Alright, we're back. Sorry, my elbow hit the space button and we stopped recording.
God God damn it.
It was only for a second. But yeah, Hank and whoever was at the Japanese restaurant, and Cotton decided to show up. He got into a freak out because Japanese people. He apparently is allergic to shellfish, and he swallowed shrimp. And then he went on top of the grill to try to beat up the Japanese chef, and so he got severe burns and an allergy infection all at the same time. And yeah, he somehow lived for a little bit after that, despite the fact the doctor said he should be dead. And that was basically the end of Cotton, because at the end of the episode he died. He also said something about kicking the Grim Reaper in the stones.
Which is believable to being Cottontail.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in the episode is when Cotton finally dies. It's I hate Peggy, but I love the rival. What the fuck? Rivalry. Can I not pronounce that word?
Rivalry. God damn it!
Rivalry. No, Rivalry.
God damn.
Rivalry.
Sorry, we're fucking illiterate.
Yeah, the dispute between Cotton and Peggy is fun to watch.
Rivalry.
The rivalry. It's fun to watch, And so Cotton dies with Peggy telling him to fuck off. I wish I remember the exact quotes, because there's, you know what? I can find the exact quotes. We're taking a moment here. I'm gonna do what Bwaaa did and read it quote by quote. And Ricky's gonna sing to you.
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
It was season 12, by the way. It was season 12.
And on a side note of the episode where Cotton dies, Dale blows the fuck up that goddamn shed.
That's a good one. I just read the first quote. Okay.
That was for you, Colonel.
Okay, I want to read this quote by quote. So it starts out with Peggy entering Cotton's room where he's dying. She says, "It's okay, I'm here. You can go now. Go into the light. The light is good. You can just go now." And this is the quote I was thinking of. Cotton looks at Peggy and says, "Mr. Reaper, I'd prefer it if you put your hood back on. Why won't you die? This was supposed to happen to you." This Cotton to Peggy. You're worthless. You're not even good enough to be married to my worthless nothing of a loser son. Enough. Your son has always loved you despite your constant torture. You want to die alone? Fine. You want to keep coming back and never die? That's fine too. In fact, I hope you keep on living forever as the unhappy person you are, and the hell you have created on this earth. I hope you live forever. And then he dies. It's supposed to happen to you. That's that in the Mr. Reaper when you put your hood back on.
I mean, someone finally yelled at him. I think that's what it took for him to die. It's like, okay, someone finally fought back.
Yeah. There's also the Jimmy Carter episode. That's a good one. Where it turns out Hank has more of an affection for his boss than he does his dad. "Mr. Strickland, I love you." He becomes a manager for 10 seconds and then immediately demotes to assistant manager. It's fucked up.
And then there's the episode where Cotton dances with Peggy on his grave.
Oh, yeah.
That he never gets buried in.
He never gets buried in. He gets flushed down the shitter.
So that whole thing was worthless.
Yeah, and he clogged up that toilet, too. That was a fucking gross-ass toilet, by the way.
I don't know why they chose that specific toilet.
It was... Who was? It was some sergeant. I can look at this. I have the power of the internet. Show me season 13. It was George S. Patton's bathrooms, apparently, somehow. Apparently, George S. Patton liked to shit in a public restroom. I'm surprised. I thought he liked the shit in his hand and fling it at World War One vets, but you know, yeah. Was that Penn? I don't remember.
Oh.
But is that enough talking about Cotton? Do you have any other favorites? Dale?
It's between also Dale and Bill, but them together are just like the perfect combo.
Yeah. I love the episode where they get stuck in a backhoe in a pet cemetery and they start freaking out and they've only been in there for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And they're basically almost at the point of death because of how both are so terribly well on nutrients. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but they almost die. That's great. You know, I think Dale was supposed to have a catchphrase that never caught on.
Sure.
No, there were a couple episodes where for some reason he'd end sentences with the word ass. Like, there's a joke about how Bill, while eating cotton candy, eats the old woman's wig off. Mm-hmm. And then Bill says something like, you know, it might sound surprising, but this isn't the first time this has happened. Then Dale says, ass. There's the communist episode where Luann starts hammering in the communist sign, and everyone starts booing, and Dale literally just says, ass. So I think there was some catchphrase where Dale was going to say ass, but it just never caught on.
Then there's Bill, take off your top.
That wasn't Bill, that was some old guy. The people united will never be divided. I will say Luann, probably my favorite communist. Oh, I know what the picture's going to be. It's going to be the communist heads and then Luann in the back.
God damn it.
I like that idea. Oh, see, I'm thinking up here.
Stop thinking.
People really want to fuck Luann, but I never seen it. I don't know. King of the Hill has such a weird art style that I never found any characters attractive. I don't know. Do you want to fuck any King of the Hill characters? And don't say Bobby.
Ladybird.
Ladybird.
Or Bill just to make him feel better.
Oh. What's that Bill quote? Sometimes he goes to the supermarket so he can get hit on by gay guys way out of their league or something.
He goes to the supermarket and not even gay guys who have middle-aged gay guys who have lowered their standards will talk to him.
Yeah, that was it. I'm glad you remember that one.
I fucking live it.
Want to talk about your Walmart story?
No.
Oh, I had a weird gay. I don't know if he was acting flirtatious. It was just kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Should I go in that story, or should we just keep talking about King of the Hill?
King of the Hill. This is King of the Hill episode.
Okay, fine. But it was the Popcorn Man, and I haven't seen him since. I don't know what happened to the Popcorn Man. The Popcorn Fairy, as we can call him. Mm-hmm. But I was working on a King of the Hill video at one point. It was going to be a top 11. I might pause right here real quick and get a water because my throat's drying up. Mm-hmm. So I'll be right back. Okay. Flintstones. We're the Flintstones. We're the happiest fucking family in the town of Bedcock.
I hope you die
in
a car accident.
Welcome back. We were discussing my unmade top 11 episodes of King of the Hill video that never got made. Because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Yes, you are.
So, back in the day, there was only one top 10 King of the Hill episode list that I remember on YouTube. And I'm going to give this guy a shout out because he's a Chad. Because like I said, the longest time as a kid, King of the Hill has never really been on YouTube. Like a big YouTube series thing. But, I forgot the guy's name. The DVD Grouch, 11 years ago, he made one of the only King of the Hill top 10 episodes list. Now there's a few more, but He's the OG. He really is. And, yeah. So my top 11 King of the Hill episodes. It was going to be a crossover between me, my video, and some other guy. Do you remember?
No.
It was Fat Cobain. He has his own YouTube channel. I don't remember his name, and there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to find it very quickly. So I'll try to figure out his name later. But his whole thing was that he complained about TV shows on his YouTube channel. And he complained mostly about Last Man Standing. He talked about how he wanted to watch every episode of Last Man Standing and do a review. Oh, I found his fucking channel. He wanted to do a review of every episode, but he didn't. He stopped after the first episode. His YouTube is called Assuming TV. A review channel for all kinds of TV shows like Game of Thrones, Black Mirror, etc.
It never went anywhere.
He made 5 videos. One of them's Last Man Standing, and one of them's about Total Dramarama, and a show called You that I never heard of. So yeah, but that was gonna be a crossover where we were going to do our top 10s and top 11. Yeah, should I just do a rundown of my top 11? Because believe it or not, despite the fact it's unmade, I still have the terrible unfinished script right here. Okay. Here's the simplified list. Number 11, Pygmalion. Number 10, Propane Boom. Number 9, When the Cotton Comes Marching Home. Number 8, Hank and the Great Glass Elevator. Your friend has a bony ass. Number 7, Cops and Roberts. Number 6, Hank's Unmentionable Problem. Number 5, A Firefighting We Will Go. Number 4, Texas City Twister. Number 3, Helenium. Number 2, Returning Japanese. And here are some... I don't know if he does honorable mentions. This is my terrible Chills impression, by the way. But honorable mentions before number 1. We got Pilot, Square Peg, Or the Straight Arrow, Ho Yeah, Luann Saga, Halloween, King of the Anthill, Plastic White Female, As Old as the Hills, Hank and the Great Glass Elevator, The Company Man, Peggy the Buggo Champion, How to Fire a Rifle Without Really Trying, To Kill a Lady Bird, As Old as the Hills, Happy Thanksgiving, and Bullet Points. Those are my honorable mentions.
Wait, you had like 2 episodes that were on there twice. One that was on the list and then in the honorable mentions.
Probably. This is unfinished, Ricky.
And then one that was in the honorable mentions twice.
And number 1 was Hanky Panky and High Anxiety. That's the one where they, oh my god, someone shot Debbie! If you remember that one.
Yep.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that unfinished video. Subscribe to Assuming TV, not Unassuming TV. We're almost done, I promise, Ricky.
Oh, I'm good. What?
Alright. Who is the worst character... Oh, fuck. I skipped a question. Fuck it, whatever. Who's the worst character of King of the Hill besides Peggy? It's kind of a hard question.
Fuck.
Because the answer is Peggy.
The answer is Peggy, but you said besides Peggy.
I guess
Twig Boy?
Twig Boy. I wish he appeared more. He only appeared in 3 episodes.
I mean, he was kind of an annoying character.
He was. He's a prick. He's from California. Nothing good comes from California. Yep.
Yeah, I think we're gonna settle on Twig Boy.
I would say Luann's parents seem like terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hank's mom was cool.
Hank's mom's cool, yeah. Despite the fact she fucking dumped the best character ever and started dating some other dickweed.
But she was voiced by Tammy Wynette, which
For the
is fitting.
For For like the first... Oh, yeah, divorce. Well, at that point, she wasn't voicing her at that point because she was dead. They had to replace her voice actor. Very sad. I
mean, it's a fitting person to voice it.
Yeah. So that's what I got. Next question is King of the Hill YouTube poops. They're pretty fun. Any memorable moments besides Six Flags? More flags, more
For $20, I can suck your cock in the truck when the window's rolled up.
I wonder what that means. I don't know. The King of the Hill YouTube poops are kind of a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm certain there's probably like a lot of some lost media on it, just because YouTube took down a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is I think it's called Hank Hill Shows His True Power.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where Hank Hill just goes crazy. That's the YouTube poop of Bill stealing the tank. Hank Hill, block captain! He starts bashing the fucking tank open. That's
man. Self-propane.
You know, as much as I love that YouTube poop, I actually don't care for the intro. I kind of skip over that part. The fucking scene, Po-Po, Hank, have you eaten Po-Po? There's a scene where Hank shoots his family with the tank. I love that scene. Oh my God, Bill. I want a cookie. And he punches Bill right in the face. I want a cookie. That's literally my favorite, probably my favorite YouTube poop of all time. Ricky's laughing just thinking of shit from it, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only, I can remember a few moments, but the one I remember the most is the, for $20 I can suck your cock in the truck with the windows rolled up.
Yeah, that's from the,
I wonder what that means.
I wonder what that means. That's from, the YouTube, the King of the Hill YouTube poop compilation, yeah. And that's the same one that has Six Flags. More flags, more
How about a fun day at Six Flags? Yeah.
We can ride the roller coasters, and we can ride the roller coasters, and we can ride the roller coasters, and we can ride the roller coasters.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But nothing gay, though. Today's the day where we celebrate Oreos, and we celebrate Cheerios.
By God, it's all toilet noises.
Oh, my God. Okay.
That man has a medical disorder.
Well, man, that's just a quote from the episode.
I know.
Well, man has a medical disorder. Well, speaking of that, my second favorite King of the Hill YouTube poop is not technically a YouTube poop, but it's called Swing Bobby Swing. That has one of my favorite scenes right at the beginning.
He ain't much, but he's all I got.
That's the ending. The ending and the beginning are my favorite YouTube poof intros. So it has this really weird intro of Bobby just listening to music, and it's really sad and like a weird tone. And then Hank walks in. He doesn't even say anything. It's very robotic. And then he just takes off his headphones and puts it on. And then he like slowly morphs into Bill for some reason.
Fitting.
Yeah, whatever. And then he like teleports across the room back to the bedroom door, and he looks at Bobby, who has this weird looking face. He's like, "You have a medical disorder," and then he shuts the door, and the words float around Bobby's weird deformed face. But no, the ending. Oh my God. So in high school, we had laptops, and we were allowed to watch YouTube videos. And I saw this for the first time at school, and that ending broke me in the middle of class, and I kept laughing, and I kept replaying it. So it's Twig Boy and Peggy, who I guess are the two worst characters in the series. Funny enough, Peggy says something like, "Oh, Hank, he's as gentle as a lamb." And then you just hear the door slam open. He chucks a fucking baseball. He goes, "Ah!" the whole time the scene's going on. Peggy gets hit by the baseball and shatters into like a billion pieces, like a mirror or a window. And you just see Twig Boy just standing there as Peggy's getting like destroyed in the background. And then there's the line where, what was it?
My boy ain't much, but he's all I got.
No, I'm trying. There's the beginning. Get out of my house, my boy ain't much, but he's all like, yeah, God, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's fucking crazy. That's a Hank Hill. He seems aggressive. But yeah, King of the Hill YouTube Poops, a lost art, truly. I was actually working on one, but I don't know what happened to it. It was about... Oh, God. I just remembered what my YouTube poop was about and why I didn't get too far into it. It was about... something about Bobby and Luann getting married and pregnant. And I was going to merge the episode where Bobby and Luann had the fake wedding and then the episode where Luann gives birth. I was going to mix those two episodes together. There was some joke about Bill Cosby at the beginning. Oh, man. It's great. Maybe I'll find what's left of that and just put it a part of the podcast. So if I find it, here you go. Oh yeah, I remember there's also a scene where I animated Bill hanging off a tree in the background.
Which is fitting. I'm just up here to kill myself.
But I think that's all I gotta say for YouTube proofs. So I got two things left. We don't have a lot of time, but we'll see. Oh, fuck. Do you want to talk about Bobby's dad again?
Bill.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fuck you.
No.
You're wrong. Look at it. It only makes fucking sense.
Alright, I got a question for you. I don't know if you've seen this episode. Have you seen the episode where Peggy eats a lot of chocolate and she confesses that she had sex before marriage with a gay guy? Now, why the fuck would she choose the gay guy and not just be open about it being Bill?
Because she doesn't want anyone to know it's Bill.
Nah, I still don't think so.
Yeah.
Plus, that would have happened before they were married, so way before Bobby could even
how
happen.
was Bill out that window so fast?
I think he's just a creep. I think he just stalks.
No. I think he went out that window and just happened to be there.
Why is he looking the other direction?
Well, he's still creepy. He's still
okay.
Goddamn creepy.
Okay. Well, what if we're looking at this the wrong way? What if we're looking at this the wrong way? What if instead of Bill having sex with Peggy, what if Bill fucked Hank? Or Hank fucked Bill?
What if Cotton's truly Bobby's dad?
Hank's wife? It should have happened to you. Gee.
I'm just saying it. If you look at it, it kind of makes sense. I'm not saying it fully makes sense. It's just it's there.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have much to talk about. The last question for King of the Hill was our last King of the Hill thing. What do you expect from the reboot? And I know you're gonna say I don't want it to happen because Dale's dead.
Okay,
but I think
I still want it to happen.
I think the first season's still gonna happen no matter what.
I think it should be on a shortened basis just to kind of tell a story and be done.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for, actually.
I think it should, but I think they're at a point where they could make it more about Bobby and Bobby's life, and then over it being still about Hank.
Yeah.
I think at this point, that would be the best case scenario and best thing they could do.
Well, there's still... I'm hearing majority of things about it being set, more in the modern time instead of when King of the Hill was more set in. And so we are going to have an older Bobby who will probably be the main character and like an old man Hank. And yeah.
I still think Hank and everybody should still be there.
Bill, do you think he should still be there, or do you think he should be dead?
Bill should still be there. But
Okay.
it being more towards Bobby and Bobby's family.
Okay.
His weird half Asian, half Texan children. Wing pow, cowboy.
Do you think Bobby has a narrow urethra? Or do you think Bill doesn't have a narrow urethra and Bobby wouldn't be born with it?
Okay, I'm just saying it would make sense. I'm not saying that it is. I think I was very clear on that. But no, I think his urethra's spread as wide as the Red Sea, so he has like 15 fucking children.
Yeah, this is a weird conversation to talk about how wide someone's urethra is.
I really think Bobby would have multiple children.
What do you think Joseph would be up to?
Pulling some John Redcorn type shit.
That's what I was thinking. Do you think he has multiple women? And we have to ask ourselves.
I don't think Bobby turns into the Hank of the series. I think he turns into the Dale.
Oh, they're gonna say he turns into the Bill.
No, he turns into Dale.
Oh, so Joseph and Connie are getting it on. He have a couple Indian babies.
I think to make it ironic, just one.
Yeah.
And the rest are actually his.
Okay. How many kids do you think Bobby's gonna have?
I don't know.
You know, you don't have to cough with every question.
I just think it would be funny.
Okay. What? Oh. Do you think Nancy and Dale are gonna still be together? I think so.
Yeah.
And I had a theory that I talked about where I thought what they should do is have Nancy cheat on John Redcorn with a different man.
With Dale.
With Dale, sure. So, but I was thinking more of like John Redcorn's now in Dale's position where he's getting cuckolded by Nancy trying to get a younger dude.
Bobby?
Oh, God. Joseph?
No. Good God.
Incest. It's the best. Take your sister to the test.
Well, it's been a good 4 episodes.
The only last thing I'll say about the reboot is, do you think Khan's coming back? Because
I think Cotton will be remembered.
No, Khan.
Oh, Khan.
Cotton's,
Oh, absolutely. Like
Khan's fucking dead.
Like
Cotton's fucking dead.
Will be more, enunciate a little more so I can understand what you're saying. I'm half fucking deaf.
I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. It's my Helen Keller impression.
I think Khan will come back because, well, he's gonna be part of the story from the way I see it.
Apparently Khan's voice actor is gonna be different now because Khan was voiced by a white man.
Well, why change that? It was working.
That is for wipey.
That is for wipey.
But that is the last of the King of the Hill questions, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I did ask people for actual questions, but I didn't really get any. But I did get some. I got 2. We can try to answer. So the first question is, why are you gay? Do you have an answer?
I am not gay.
Okay, right, he is not gay. The other one was, how much cuck would a cuckold cuck if a cuckold could cuck? That is the question in theory.
24.
24. You hear that, Tennessee boy? That's a Tennessee boy question. 24. That's how much a cuckold can cuck if a cuck. I sound like a chicken.
You fucking illiterate bastard.
I laughed. All right, I'm sorry. You read a stupid question like how much could a cuckold cuck if you cuck. It's funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm glad how he laughed to cover up the fact that he's illiterate.
Illiterate. No, I could fucking read. Believe it or not, the word cuck isn't very complicated, alright? I was just laughing at How much cuck would a cuckold cuck ever cuckold cuck?
I have my own question along those lines. Would you consider cucking to be a sport?
Okay. I also found this picture on the internet, and after he asked that, I immediately sent it to him. Ride him, cowboy.
I said that's enough. You said it to me.
Maybe that's why he puked. I said this one. Yeah, the audience couldn't see that, but there's a picture I found of some fat guy in a cowboy hat fucking like a toy horse. And that's how we're going to end our King of the Hill episode.
But okay, so
okay, what?
People who watch, people who listen,
yeah,
like there's any of them. I'm going to ask this question again.
I'll wrap up.
Would you consider cucking to be a sport?
Would you guys consider cucking to be a sport? This is what we should talk about next episode, I think. No, I don't know what a wrap up should be next time. I don't know if there's anything more to really add.
Yeah.
Just kind of, if I think of anything more King of the Hill related, I'll throw it in next episode. But like last time, do you want to do a little topic choosing right now?
Oh, yeah.
So we got Tales of the Stupidity, School, Weird History, Work Stories, stuff we're watching right now, YouTubers we like and hate, COVID stories, Tales of the Bathroom, and 13 Reasons. And Childhood Movies Part 2, but we'll wait for that again.
I think Tales of the Stupidity. Get some personal stories in, if you could think of any.
Okay, what? Let me ask. What are Tales of the Stupidity? Because is that work stories or?
No, that was more personal stories around the fire and stuff we did as a child and all that, school and everything.
Okay, so just sort of stupid shit we probably shouldn't have gotten away with.
Yeah, stupid shit we've done and should not have gotten away with, or stupid shit we definitely should have gotten away with but didn't.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that a lot of the stupid shit I do was typically with you, so
yeah,
I think you will be able to sort of mod podge this together.
Oh yeah.
I have a very poor memory. I really do.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
We're going to incriminate ourselves next episode.
Yeah. Ready for the federal indictments?
I did everything right and they indicted me. But yeah, I guess we're about to end the episode, and I'll have to figure out what Tales of the Stupidity is. Oh shit, there's something I was going to say at the beginning. Hey, future me editing this, put this part at the beginning, because fuck you. But our new schedule is uploading on Fridays now. So no more Sunday uploads, they'll be Friday. That means I have 4 or 5 days to listen to all this and edit it, and then upload it.
Yay.
And by the way, I listened to these podcasts like 4 times. Yeah.
It's almost like 6 to 8 hours of listening to this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yay.
Of course, one of those times is recording it, because we're living in it.
Yep.
So I guess technically I only listened to it 3 times.
I completely forget.
Yeah.
What happened. So that's 6 hours of listening to this shit.
Yeah. So every Friday, that's going to be our upload. It's going to be Friday mornings. So yeah.
Yeah.
Get last week's news 2 days earlier now.
Yay.
Anyway, you want to end with anything or what?
Nope. That's pretty much it.
Yep. So have fun. Remember to wear protection and
have your pets and weird relatives spayed and neutered.
Yep.
No.
Womentanya indeed.